You're listening to Listen to Sun 969. We're going to get into part 2 of the Ramble for the 15th.
Should we make some big things?
16th. What's today?
16th it is today.
Yeah,
yes.
16th.
We should make some big things like listen to Sun 969.
Nah.
Get Justin to do something. He doesn't listen to us. He thinks we're feral. He
Like,
thinks we're feral because we spelt out a word. We didn't even say the word. We spelt out a word. We said F-U-C-K and C-U-N-T. Because C-U in the N-T, right?
No, we didn't even spell out the F1. We were talking about my T-shirt, which was a tourism CU and the NT T-shirt.
Yes, and I talked about the word,
what
the
it's
history of
Yeah, but you didn't spell it out. You just said what it stands for.
That isn't what it stood for.
Yeah, right.
He says it's not that. He's researched it and he's really upset with us. He thinks we've given false information and he thinks that we're quite feral because we spelled out these words. But it's interesting because in this day and age there are still people, a lot of people, who are easily offended by words.
True.
And I find that strange because words are out there, like they're in movies, they're in comedy. If you go to a comedy night, you're going to have to block your ears because every second word is going to be a swear word.
Well, I mean, that's true as well. And I'm a believer in it's not the word, it's the intent behind it. So...
Well, if you say it in a funny way, a comedy, it's people laugh.
That's it.
If you tell someone to, F off, then they're going to probably punch you in the face. They shouldn't.
Most likely.
And we do not condone violence in any way.
No.
But people are more likely to do that to you if you tell them in a nasty way, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
And I don't know why that is. Maybe we're all just monkeys or animals.
True that.
Crazy animals.
FYI, it's really hot in this studio.
It is. It's like summer in here.
What have you done?
I've done nothing. I haven't put the aircon on because probably I'm a bit worried about, my allergies flaring up at the moment.
Sweating.
Are you? Do you want to put the aircon on?
Maybe.
Crazy.
Oh,
but we're not here for long.
Yeah, but I am.
Yeah, you will be. Well, you can put the aircon on once I walk out of here. And if
Fine.
3 or 4 minutes' time, I'll wander off and into the sunset or the sunrise or whatever it is at this time of the day. The high noon? High noon, that's probably what we're getting towards.
Did you just say high noon?
I don't know. I've got to come up with something. I thought that was pretty good.
High noon?
Yeah.
You could just say noon.
Well, you could, but it wouldn't be as much fun. But anyway, so, yes, Justin won't listen to us anymore. He's decided, so...
That's the moral of the story. Oh, and that we're not going to do an intro. I don't think you need an intro on a YouTube thing. I just think it's a bit lame.
There's so many podcasts out at the moment, like just every day there's a new one. And
True.
Miff Warhurst has just launched one, I think, today.
Oh, I love her.
And I clicked on it the other day and I wonder why it didn't work because it hasn't been launched yet. And it just come up with some really cool music. And I thought, that she's Miff Warhurst. She knows all about music. So I thought, she's chosen some good music as the intro. And I thought it was because I hadn't subscribed to the podcast channel.
Right.
That I wasn't getting the audio. And then they put something out on the radio website yesterday. The radio industry has a website called Radio Info if you're ever interested in that. Probably not. But anyway, so they mentioned yesterday that she starts with it today.
Right.
So I might have another click on it and see what it's like. She's calling it a moment in time or something like that, or if it's just a moment with Miff or something like that. So I'm wondering, what I'm interested in is people who do really short podcasts like we do.
Yeah.
Right. This is effectively a podcast now because we're not on the radio right now.
Yeah.
So this is like a podcast. Well, essentially it is. And we do it for generally less than 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And there are people who can do podcasts for as short as a minute or two. I'd love to hear a really good 1 minute, 2 minute podcast because that's about all I've got time for in my day.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what I'm looking for. Like, I mean, there's some great podcasts out there. I love the Mick Malloy stuff and Tony Martin and all those sort of things. But they're well produced and they go for like half an hour, and I haven't got that time in my life.
You don't have that type of time?
No.
I don't know, but a podcast you can listen to anywhere. You could listen to it in the car.
Yeah, and we drive for 5 minutes here.
Yeah, I know, but, in a week of driving for 5 minutes, you might have got through one episode.
And a little bit of a secret, when I drive in my 5 minutes, I want to use my phone to make a phone call generally.
Really?
Yeah.
You're on the phone a lot. You do a lot of phone calls. I'm more of a texter.
You're in sales. So you must do more than me.
Yeah, work-related, as in...
Yeah, that's right. None of this is
no,
personal.
but even then... phone calls, I might
ring the bank or someone like that when I'm in the road.
I tend to I'll make calls at my desk, I'll send emails, and then I'll go see my clients. But you've said this before about how, at night when I'm on the phone falling asleep and now in my car on the phone, I feel like when you've got any spare time, you're chatting to someone.
Yeah, but this is not chatting for fun. A lot of this stuff is your businessy things like ringing the electric company or ringing the real estate agent.
Don't you just do all that online now?
Not really.
Yeah, right, okay.
No, because then we'd have to use our work computer and because the online out here doesn't exist, you have to stand outside and use your phone, and then you get the flies all attacking you, don't you?
I just do it at home. In the
So you've got
afternoon.
time. I don't have time. I've got other things I have to do. So
I also don't really sleep, so I do things at like 11 o'clock at night.
Well, I get a window of 10 minutes between finishing here and starting something else.
Yep.
Right, and in that time, I can make my calls for anything business related, like anything I need to do. When I say business related, it's not business as in doing business. It's generally the annoying stuff, like dealing with phone
errands.
companies. Yeah, phone companies and things. I wish we didn't have to deal with all these things. You know, like, oh, they've mischarged me. They charged me $15 extra or something. I've got to ring up and complain take 1 hour normally on the phone. So I don't have time for that even. I've got a whole lot of those that for a rainy day, maybe I'll take a day off and I can ring phone companies up and have a go, have a whinge, be a real Karen.
Try and get some money back.
Karen out. Well, I usually do. I usually do all right, but
I used to work for, back in the day, I did some work for an electrical company, and I used to have to deal with Karens calling me.
I'm a Karen.
Oh,
I'm a high-level, highly successful Karen.
Yeah.
Right,
That's because usually you know what you're talking about. The worst Karens are the Karens who just want something but actually have nothing to back it up.
No. And I usually, I say, look, I don't want to be upset. I say things like that. I push myself back so I'm not sounding like I'm angry or yelling, because I know people who yell when they get on the phone and they get hung up on and they don't understand why.
Do you know, I still remember being told when I was working for this electrical company, you know, in one of the meetings, they had this meeting to tell everyone who could possibly ever answer a phone at this company.
Right.
They said, never say, I understand when you are talking with a customer. Like if they're really upset for some reason, don't say, I understand.
Oh, I understand.
You have to say, like, that sounds like you're really upset, or like there's other ways to say it.
Okay,
because if you say, I understand, if you say, I understand, then they turn around and go, you don't understand.
Right.
It spurs them on.
So what would you say? I can see that you're really upset by this.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm doing everything I can to try and help you out.
We would like to do everything we can to try and help you out, but we may not be able to resolve this situation, so go away.
Essentially, because oftentimes people... what I'm
reading between the lines here.
Well, essentially because in every state except for NT and far north Queensland, and I think some of WA, power is deregulated.
Yes.
It's not deregulated here. For example, we have one energy company. So you can't go, well, I'll just go to the other energy company. Like, there's one.
I have news for you.
I know, I've heard this, but let me finish this first.
Tell me the story.
Because it's legally not deregulated here.
Right.
So other places it is. So, for example, in Victoria, say there's 10 energy companies. There's more than that. But let's just say there's 10 energy companies. You get mad with one, you can go to the other. But it doesn't matter if you're with AGL, Jacana or Energy Australia. It doesn't matter who you're with. The actual physical power coming into your home is still from the same power plant.
Yes.
So if something happens, like say there's a fault, they instantly call their power company, but we're just who sends the bills. We're like, you have to call.
In Victoria, there's a company called Jemena that does all the infrastructure.
Not all of them, but they do a certain area.
So even there, that's kind of deregulated in a way because they get different zones.
They're in zones, absolutely. And so you would say to them, if say there's like a fault or something, you'd be like, you have to call Jemena. Oh, but they don't do my power. No, they do your power. Like, it's so hard to explain, but then they get so angry and then you're like trying to be like, I literally can't do anything about it.
Yep.
We're just sending bills. You know?
And the NBN is just like that too. There's NBN
100%.
Co, and then of course all the companies take the NBN Co. Now, if you're having a technical issue, you ring up your phone company, don't you? Think to do that, but of course it's nothing to do with them because they'll put you onto NBN Co. But you can't talk to NBN Co. because the phone company has to deal directly with them, and then you have a to and fro, which I did for many years, and then eventually got paid $11,000 back.
I want to hear that story off
That's
air.
another story. But anyway, look, there is another power company here, and I've had some issues. When I was in Darwin, I had issues with the power company, up here, the one, Jacana, we could say it, because they are the power company, had issues with connection and disconnection issues. So whenever they connect and disconnect in an apartment building, they sometimes have trouble getting in, and then they want to charge you, the tenant, who has nothing to do with their entry and exit in a apartment building, like when my place it was like 23 stories, I was on the 18th floor, and they wanted to turn it on and off and then charge me twice to turn it on and off because someone at reception told them, we know nothing about this. So then they try and charge you as the provider. In the end, I went to the Ombudsman and won. But I could tell you what, it was really exciting to have the same situation when I recently moved house and talked to them, and they said, no, we're not going to allow you to do that. We're not going to allow you to blame everybody else. It's your fault if they can't get to the power in a common area of your new block. I was like, but this is not my place. So in the end, they refused to put power on.
Mm.
And I found out from the owner that there is another power company in town called Rimfire.
I saw that on the billboard up the road.
And they're so good so far.
Really?
They give you a 2% pay on time discount, so they're cheaper. They also charge less for the connection fee by about $50.
Wow.
And on top of that, if you refer a friend, you get like $100 back. So I might refer you as my friend soon. And I think you might even get a discount for that too. And they can change you over now, because I didn't realise this. This is why my landlord didn't do it in the first place, because he'd already booked in with the other mob. They can now change you over for free, no connection charge.
Yeah, but you know why that is, right? It's because everyone's getting changed over to smart meters, so now they can.
Yes, if you've got a smart meter, you can be changed over.
So now they
Have
can.
you got a smart meter?
Yes, and now they can. It's because now you can be changed over without having someone to have to physically go out there, because it's a smart meter. The charge before was just because at work I had to go out to your property.
Well, our friends at Jacana still charge that. They still charge that, regardless.
I only just got a smart meter.
So they're very naughty,
FYI.
I think. You've got a smart meter, yeah. I assume I have one too, but in fact I do at my place, so I can do it. But had they have come out and not been able to get to whatever the box is, I don't even know where the box is, they would have charged me, not the agent. So right, this is good. This has worked out well, and I've got my first bill, and it seems okay, and I've paid it, and I paid on time, so I got my 2% discount, I'm assuming. So, yeah, really happy with them so far, and you ring up, you get a human straight away. There's no long waits. They get back to you quickly. It was just so easy. I think I'm happy.
I think I'm gonna have to do some research on this.
I think you could be my friend, and I'll get $100 back
on this Rimfire. But on that note, we've got to wrap this up because I've got to get to my daily show.
Yes, you go and do that.
But we'll be back tomorrow.
See ya.